Amazing. Just breathe. Breathe. I invite you to see everything that's around you with your mind's eye. Right. So I wanna make sure y'all can hear this music. So let me stop sharing this screen first, and I wanna get right back to this. Here we go. As you're in this space of nothingness, I want you to breathe. Know that life is happening through you, not to you. It's happening for you. As you see everything that's around you, I want you to notice it all disappears one by one, fading into this white space of nothingness. Mm, just breathe. This space is the space that dreams are created, inventions are thought of, and transformations. Breathe. Inhale. Slowly release. Inside this space of nothingness, you are now walking to this bright light. As you get closer to this light, you see a pair of feet that are familiar. You see hands. You see a body like you've never seen before. You see a face that you recognize but so different. Mm. That person is you. That is your higher self. As you see your higher self staring at you, smiling, teary-eyed, eyes filled with water, but no tears down her face. But this is an emotional time as you come face to face with your higher self. Everything that's in this space of nothingness now transforms to everything you want it to be in your imagination. Your dream house, your dream vacation, your dream state, your lifestyle, your relationships, your favorite food, great health, mobility. And you're taking this time to be with your higher self and just asking all the right questions. How can I get to where I want to be? How do I become you? Well, me. Your higher self is talking to you. Just listen. What would that conversation feel like? What does it feel like? Hmm. Breathe. I want you to now do something magical, something that you didn't ever think about being possible. I want you to fly around the world with your higher self. Ah, as you take off with your higher self flying in the sky, you're seeing your old neighborhoods, seeing events that took place in your life in the way that you thought that it was going at that time. You could clearly see that it wasn't here to break you. It was here to shape you. Breathe. As you see these events unfold, things that you thought that was meant to hold you was really here to mold you. Breathe. All of your accomplishments, everything that you've ever wanted is starting to show up to you. All the things that you're about to accomplish that you haven't accomplished yet, but your higher self knows you did that. You did that. Breathe. Breathe. Smile. Enjoy the moment. Feel free in the air as you fly through clouds. You are shining. You are the light. You are overcoming your obstacle. And there's a moment in time where you and your higher self decides to go visit someone from the past. And you fly there and there's a lot of energy, you're happy, you're excited, you don't know exactly who it is, but your higher self wants you to meet this person again and see this person. As you fly, as you fly, as you fly, you now reach your younger self. So you're in the bedroom, your childhood room, with your younger self and your higher self. See, your younger self know exactly who you are, but the younger self is talking to the higher self. The younger self doesn't know who you are as the current self, but the younger self recognizes that higher self. They always dream of being this higher self. Breathe. Don't be offended. Just listen and watch as the younger self is talking to both you, current self, and the higher self. What is being said? How does that make you feel? Maybe there are some emotions there. Maybe there are some things that you left on the table. Some things you turned your back on. Some things you've given up on. Some things you let yourself down on. See, your younger self forgives you. See, as your current self, you want to interrupt and say something and talk and say things that would make you look good, but your current self just forgives you for interrupting. But she wasn't done. He wasn't done yet. Breathe. Inner child still exists in you, but you must let that child free. As these words, you realize that cage pops up, and the cage is surrounding your younger self. And as you look into your younger self, you zoom out from that image, and that cage and all of that you've seen your younger self in is actually in your heart. That vision that you just had was something from your home. Your inner child is locked in a cage. from the days where they tell you to grow up, from the days where they tell you to stop. That's impossible. From the days where they told you can't be that individual. That's too much. You're not enough. Today, you've been gifted with something from your higher self. As you look to your higher self, you reach out your hand because your higher self has something in their hand. It is a key. It's a golden key to make the impact that you truly want to make. And as you have that conversation with your higher self, the higher self says, go deeper. It's not about doing the hard work. It's about doing the heart work. Breathe. As this becomes emotional, your inner child is crying, screaming, locked inside of this cage, uncomfortable, confused, hurt, feeling unloved and appreciated. Take that key and let your inner child out. Breathe. As you open that cage and your inner child runs out to hug you, to thank you, now your inner child recognizes you and you realize something. You've been holding on to something for so long. And today is the day that you let it go. Be free. Life is happening to you? No, it's happening through you and for you. As you embrace and you hug your younger self and you twirl around in happiness, what happens is you become one and the younger version of yourself disappears. But how do you feel? You feel a little more inspired now, right? As you talk to your higher self, what is that conversation like now? See, but the perspective changes. You're no longer looking from your current self. You're now taking the position of your higher self and looking at your current self. So you are now the higher self talking to your current self. How do you feel? What emotions are coming up? Breathe. Breathe. As that scene ends in your higher self, you as your higher self, flying around with your current self, you're flying high from that scene and you're traveling to this other place. This place is unknown. You haven't seen this place before in your life. This is your dream destination, but you haven't really seen it before in life. And now you're getting to experience it right here, right now. This is you. You can have this. This can be yours. It can be yours and it will be yours. You have to claim it. See, you never know when your last day is or when your time will end. But I want you to think about everything that you would love to have in your life. And I want you to think about having it now. And just like that, that vision, that experience is over. And now you're flying back by yourself as your current self. And you're left with all of these thoughts that you just experienced. And as you're flying, you're feeling a sense of gratitude. You're feeling a sense of, I got work to do. But as you are flying, for some reason, everything that's around you changes. Now there's people in the street praising you, snapping up, clapping up, applauding you. As you just see, there's tons of people just coming out to the streets and calling your name. There's posters, there's pictures, there's a billboard, there's everything. This is your world. And everyone's seeing you, and I want to be like you, and you're such an amazing person. Because you're the best of the best, top of the top, the cream of the crop. They're all yelling your name, screaming for you. But this is short-lived also, because now you're back in this space of nothingness all of a sudden. Breathe. And in this space of nothingness, you're surrounded by all white. This is the place where your dreams and everything that you see around you is created. Everything happens in the mind first. Good or bad, it all happens in the mind first. And then it's printed out in this 3D world. What are you creating in your mind that you're presenting and printing into this 3D world? So as you're in a space of nothingness, I invite you to open your eyes and come back to this call. Notice everything that pops back up in your life again, that area that you're in right now, the seat that you're sitting in, the air, the people, the noise, your devices. And I want you to come back to this, to take as much time as you need to, but that concludes the guided meditation. "30 seconds or less if y'all would like to. I invite and I welcome and encourage everybody to come back. If you want to share, raise your virtual hand and share. You will have a breakthrough if you do share. You probably already had a breakthrough anyway, but you probably will have a breakthrough if you share. If you do not share, you still get a breakthrough, but your breakthrough will be more powerful. And the reason why we ask you to share is because we want you to be the most valuable participant in your life. So you have to show up. If you do not show up, it doesn't get done. And nothing happens. You stay the same. And I'm a big component and proponent of refusing to stay the same. Okay, I refuse to stay the same. The worst thing that you could do is be in the same place this year that you were last year. The worst thing you could do is be in the same place next year that you are this year. The worst thing that you could do is stay the same. If you ever looked at any piece of fruit, if you ever looked at any invention, if you ever looked at anything that ever was created, what happens if it just stayed the same? It's clear as day, and everybody can see it. If you had taken an apple, if you take an apple and put it on the desk and just let it be the same, you never eat it, you never do anything with it, what happens to the apple? Right? What happens? Let me know. Everything breaks down over time. So if you do not use it, you lose it. And how many of us feel like we haven't been using our full potential? And it's kind of slipping away. It's rotting away. Our potential is starting to rot away. Let me know. I want to know, because maybe it's just me. But I said good is no longer good enough for me. I was so busy being good. And you too, you're probably so busy being good. Every time somebody asks you, hey, how you doing? I'm good. Hey, how you feeling? I'm good. How's life? Life is good. Hey, how was the food? It was good. How was the sex? It was good. How was this? It was good. It was good. What about being great? You've been so busy being good and you've forgotten about your greatness. Can I take us to the church for entrepreneurs? We got a few minutes left. Can I take us to the church for entrepreneurs? Can I take us to the mosque for the moguls? Can I take us to the temple for the triumphant? Can I take us to the kingdom hall for the kings and queens? Can I get us excited? Can I get us riled up and leave us on a Saturday with a message that is so powerful that we go out there and become the best versions of ourselves? Can I do it? Let me know, because some of y'all want to say these things, but I want y'all to let me know. Put me in the game, coach. Put me in the game, coach, if I can do that. If y'all ready to go to the Church for Entrepreneurs, y'all ready to turn up, y'all ready to go to another level of ascension, because whoever has your attention has your ascension. And I'm thankful to have your attention today, because I will make sure that you ascend to be the best version of yourself. That is the goal. That is the goal. I will put you in the game. That's a fact. So I want everybody to come off of mute real quick. I want y'all to clap it up and snap it up. If that was so powerful, if the meditation was so powerful, let us know in the chat. Also, go into the Love Plus group and let us know as well. Remember, we're giving out weekly prizes inside Love Plus, the Love app, for people who are engaging. I'm talking about making great posts. I'm talking about writing down your takeaways. Shout out to Brittany. Me and Brittany was going back and forth yesterday inside the comments. That was hilarious. It was funny, but it was also a beautiful moment. Why? Because this is how we build. This is how we grow. And together we are better, y'all. Don't forget that. Together we are better. We're doing it together. So here we go. Did everybody come up from mute? Or y'all can't come up from mute? Everybody come up from mute. Make some noise. Snap it up. Clap it up for yourselves.
Oh, man.
Yay, that was beautiful, Mama.
So much. That was blessed.
That
was
was good.
amazing.
Amen.
Absolutely
Had me
amazing.
over here with the ugly cry.
Oh, no, not the ugly
Same.
cry.
Same.
Breakthrough.
It was a great cleansing.
Absolutely love it. That's what we're talking about when we say the mindset reset, y'all. This is really what this is about. I'm sending everybody love and beautiful energy. Why? Because guess what? You are amazing. You are whole. You are complete. You are everything that you need to be. However, you are your greatest weakness, but you're also your greatest strength. So real quick, what was that like for you, that meditation? I see some people had their hands up. What was that like for you? Who was that had their hand up? Let's go check. Let's see who this was in the chat. Oh, I see a different hand. Who was that before? I see Anna now. Whoever had their hand up before, raise your hand. Let's bring Anna up. Anna, let's come up. Shayna, put your hand back up. Let's bring you up. Where's Anna at? Let's see. I don't see her. There she go. Okay. What's up, Anna? How you feeling?
Hi, that was amazing. It's always a sense of relief for me when I get to tap into my inner child. And my inner child, I think of as my younger version of myself, and she's very opinionated. So I would get, from my conversation with her, you're doing great, but you got to do better. She's like my coach, and I'm like, what are you saying? So it was relieving to have that conversation with her. And also, I got sort of emotional when I started thinking about how far I've come and the progress I've made through all of the obstacles that I faced. I think that was the most emotional part for me, just seeing as we're flying over. I had myself in that space where we're flying over my old neighborhood, and I was seeing some of the experiences that I had in the past, and just knowing the progress, the growth, and the accomplishment, I would say, was a sense of relief for me and gratitude.
Absolutely love it. So what was the breakthrough for you that you
The breakthrough for me really is I've got to keep going. And because that's been my challenge with time management. I keep saying there isn't enough time in the day. The days are going by so fast. I need to get things done, right? And in order to get to that final destination of where I want to be, that place where I had everyone shouting, I've got to keep going. So I think that really is my breakthrough, being consistent and continue pushing through, keep going.
Yeah, absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Thank you, Anna. Everybody sent some love in the chat. I really love the last part, right? When we were flying over and people were screaming out. That was amazing, because everybody's going to get to feel that. But how soon do you get to feel it depends on you. Sometimes people feel it in the grave, unfortunately. The only time that person feel it is when they're at the funeral and they're in the casket. Don't let that be you. Don't let your ghost of the past come and haunt you because you never took action to be that individual. Don't let your inner child stay locked up inside your heart, knowing that you could play full out, right? Everybody send some love in the chat. Thank you, Anna. Let's go to Shayna. What's up, Shayna?
All right, so good morning, everyone. I'm just gonna take my 30 seconds or less. But prior to the guided meditation, it's been cloudy all morning. Raining, clouds, all sorts of stuff going on. And throughout the guided meditation, they're thinking about it, going through the whole phase. And as soon as I opened my eyes, it was sunny. And you're like, there's work to do. You got work to do. I've been working, but I don't think I've been working hard enough. I know I haven't been working hard enough. But
okay. All right. So real quick, first of all, I love that. I love the fact that you share you coming up here, right? Beautiful. So I want you to tell me, what is it that you need to work on?
time management.
If y'all Yana with that, let us know in the chat. If time management is something that you're struggling with or dealing with or has been an obstacle in your path, put a 1 in the chat or put Yana in the chat. Let us know if Shane is alone. So let me ask you a question. How long have you been inside the community?
Well, for MMA, not MMA. Yeah. Since April.
Since April?
But yeah.
All right. So, oh wait, hold on real quick. Hold on. All right. So since April, right? I want you to see how much time you let go by before you actually tackle that thing. Because this was an issue before April. It's now after April, and it's still here. So how long has this actually been going on? You don't have to answer right now. I just want you to think about it. How long has this actually been going on? And let's be honest, I was supposed to, I'm gonna be real with you. I was supposed to shoot a course back in March. It's June. The reason why I didn't shoot the course, I can't shoot the course right now. I got a bunch of other stuff I'm doing right now. But how many days would it take to shoot the course? 1 day. Okay. So I just got to sit down 1 day and take the course. So just so you know, this is something that will never leave you. It's always going to be here. No matter which level you get to in life, there's always going to be something that is in your way. And it's always going to be a little bit of this and a little bit of that. It's always going to be an ingredient, right? So the ingredient that you should be focused on right now is how to eliminate time management being an issue, how to turn my time management from an obstacle to an opportunity. And if you figure that out, that would actually transform your life, right? Just one thing. There's other things you could work on too, but just that one thing would transform your life, right?
Right.
So let's start. Are you inside the program? You're going to take these 30-day challenge on Monday? You start on the 30-day challenge with us?
No.
All right. Where's Sunshine at? Sunshine or Tomoa? Reach out to Sunshine or Tomoa, Shayna. We're going to get you set up because you need to be taking this 30-day challenge. For the next 30 days in a row, I'm talking about 30 straight days, you will be challenged to do a number of things inside of your business. If you can actually withstand this challenge, there's only been one person ever in this 30 days who has accomplished that by doing something in their business 30 days. Everybody else has fallen off. However, this is the most that some people has ever done. 15 days in a row, 20 days in a row, 25 days, 5 days, and even 1 day. Okay, so don't feel bad about where you're at. Understand that you're not where you used to be. So you're in a different situation now. So now it takes a new level of commitment. Are you ready to make that new level of commitment shift?
Yeah.
All right, so let's get it there. Everybody send some love to Shayna in the chat. So now I'm gonna share my screen and I'm gonna break some things down because this is what is affecting us. Whether we believe it or not, this is what's affecting us. Okay? Hold on, let me take this off real fast. This is what's affecting us right now. Okay, this is what's affecting us. Just tell me what y'all see on the screen. Let me know. Just tell me what y'all see on the screen. Let me know. What do y'all see on the screen? Just anything that jumps out to you, just let me know. What do y'all see on the screen? Let me know in the chat. What do y'all see on the screen? I'm gonna pull up the chat so I can see the chat. I want to be able to see exactly what y'all writing in here. All right, cool. You got that. All right, so the same way that you're showing up right now is the way that you show up in your life. You showing up halfway when you know you can show up fully. All right, so just transparent. I asked y'all, can I be vulnerable and transparent with y'all? So now I need y'all to be vulnerable and transparent with me. Put a 1 in the chat if that's you. If you show up halfway, knowing that you can show up fully, put a 1 in the chat. And don't be ashamed, because I already know that most of you already show up halfway because you're doing it now. So I already know that that's what you do. So you're not fooling me by not putting it in the chat. You're just confirming that you're not ready to go to the next level. I don't want that to be you. I want you to be open and honest, because if you're not honest about where you are, how could you ever get to where you want to be? If I'm going a direction, right, and I got a GPS and I'm putting into my GPS a certain address, a destination, but I'm not helping the GPS learn where I'm at right now, right? So you know how if you was to go into Uber or something and you could just book a ride, and I don't put the correct address, right? And then the person that's coming to pick me up with the ride, they can't find me. So this is what is like when it comes to your opportunities. So you say you want success, you say you want the dream life, you say you want all of these things, but you're hiding your address. You're hiding where you're at. You're putting the wrong information in. You're not showing up and being a person you know who you are to be and who you are called to be, so that way you can be powerful in every step. You are hiding. So your Uber driver cannot come pick you up. Your black car service can't come pick you up because you're given the wrong address. You're not honest about where you're at. And then you get hit with what? When the Uber driver has to cancel on you, what do you get hit with? Let me know in the chat. What do you get hit with? Fees. So how many of us dealing with a bunch of fees? You know what fees are in an adult world? You know what a fee is to an adult? Tell me what a fee is to an adult. Put it in the chat. Because I guess I got to speak like this to get y'all to move. So tell me what a fee is to an adult. Let me know. I wish I could still see the chat while I'm writing. A bill. A fee is a bill. How many of us have bills? So wait, hold up. Y'all about to start popping like popcorn. Hold up. Coach Crew about to do it again. He always doing something. Got me thinking. He always doing something. He got me thinking again. So when you miss your Uber trip because you put in the wrong location, your Uber had to cancel. That's your opportunity to go somewhere. That's your opportunity to go somewhere. And then you don't put the correct address. You're not honest about where you're at. Then you miss the opportunity. And when you're missed with opportunities, you receive a fee. What can a fee be? In the terms of where you're at now, when you got a cell phone, but you pay a fee to have a cell phone. What is that called? Okay, you have Netflix, but you pay a fee to have Netflix. What is it called? You have a car, but you pay a fee to drive your car. What is it called? A bill. How many of us have too many bills? How many of us have too many bills? Let me know. I know you're about to start popping like popcorn. I already know it's about to happen. Because you're not being honest about where you are. So how many of us are taking on things that we can't really afford? How many of us are going shopping on holidays just because we feel obligated because that's my family, or because I don't want to seem like I'm, not loving everybody, but I really don't got the money. So now I'm using my credit card, putting me back in debt. And then I got another holiday coming up right afterwards. So I just can't seem to get out of these bills. All I see is bills, 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 bills. In fact, I don't want to go to work, but if I don't go to work, I got more bills and I got higher bills, but I need to pay my bills. Let me know. I need to be seeing a whole bunch of ones dropping in the chat. Come on. I need to see a whole bunch of ones dropping in the chat, because even if you are making a lot of money, guess what you're doing? You're spending even more. So I already know how it goes. Ask me how I know how it goes. Because as soon as I started making $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, $50,000, $100,000, the money was going faster than I ever could imagine. I said in my life, I remember back in 2020 when I said, all I need is $100,000 in my pocket. I done spent $100,000 almost 100 times already. And to me, that is crazy. And only 4 years done went by. And it ain't even a full 4 years. So the money is going to come to you and it's going to have your head spinning. But if you don't become the person that earns the right to have the experience, you lose it, y'all. You're going to lose it. You're going to be hit with so many fees that you're going to wish that you didn't even step into this world. Let's change the game. Y'all ready to change the game? So the first part about this is mental. Okay. Second part about this is physical. Third part about this is spiritual. I want y'all to pay close attention, and I want you to see where you identify at, right? I want you to see where you identify at. So your mindset speaks to your identity. Your identity creates your abilities, and your abilities create what you can do, and then that creates what you can manifest. Okay? Does that make sense so far? Let me know in the chat if that makes sense. Let me know in the chat if that makes sense so far. So let's be real here. How many of you are manifesting at your highest power? Your highest capability? How many of you are manifesting at your highest capability? I'm only going on for the next 15 minutes to be closing up. How many of you are manifesting at your highest capability? Do you believe that you can manifest higher? So let me just show you how you manifest everything that you have already. See, this is about the 5 layers of manifestation. Where's my other mic? Let me put my other mic on, y'all. I feel like I'm talking far away. I feel like I'm talking far away. Then I start yelling. I don't really like that. I want to talk with a smooth voice, you know? All right, so turn. You hear me clearly? Let me know. All right, so this is about the 5 layers of manifestation. 5 layers of manifestation here. So as we mentioned, let's just say you wanted to manifest what we would call a job. How many of us wanted to manifest a job? Let me know in the chat. How many of us wanted to manifest a job? How many of us wanted to manifest a job? I'm gonna talk to y'all how I'll be talking on the phone. How many of y'all want to manifest a job, right? Y'all manifested a job. So let me break it down to you how you did it. Now, first of all, we need to understand what a job is. But before we get to that, I'm going to break down the whole mindset of it. So this is utilizing the 5 layers of manifestation. So we had the mindset, right? The mindset was whatever. The mindset is what you set your mind to. It's what you set your mind to. Okay? So you set your mind to what? Getting a job. That's what you said you wanted, right? You set your mind to getting a job. So inside of that, you said, all right, what I need to do is this. I need to be able to identify a position that I need. So I need a job, but now I need a position. And don't worry, I'm just erasing some stuff. So that's why it's blank right there on the screen for y'all. But I'm just erasing some of this so it could be a little bit cleaner for you. All right. So you said I want to manifest a job. So when you said that's your mindset, I want a job. Whatever you set your mind to is your mindset. Then you said, okay, I need a position. That's your identity. You identified, okay, I need a position. So you identify what? What's another word for position? A role, right? So you chose a role. So now the role that you may have chosen, maybe a sales job. Give me some positions that y'all work for, that y'all have right now at your job. What are some positions that you work for? I mean, that you have at your job. Let me know in the chat. So you chose a position, you chose a role. That's a position. You took an identity. You say, I want to be an HR consultant or manager. I want to be a financial analyst. Whatever you chose, it was an identity that you created in your mind. You said, I identify, I want a job, right? So you set your mind to having a job. And then you said, what type of job? So you identified and you chose a role. Okay, inside of the role, but before you even got hired, right? You had to do what? You had to speak to people, right? So you had to speak to people. So you went on what we called an interview. So the ability to speak about the identity, right? So you had to speak about the role. You had to speak about the identity. Okay, cool. The connecting part was, all right, if you actually were able to speak about the thing, then you got hired to do the thing, right? So now you got connected. So the speaking ability to speak to others, the connecting ability is the ability to connect to others. And then accountability is what? What is accountability? What is accountability? Right? Discipline and consistency. So all right, cool. So this is how it all happened, right? And then all of these things here. So let's put a plus right here and put a plus right here. All of these things are helping you manifest whatever it is that you want. So now let's break it down in a way that we can understand. All right, cool. So you had the mindset, you created the identity, and the identity was you chose a role. Whatever that role that you chose, you are now combining your abilities. So now you went out and you spoke to somebody, and then you connected to them. And if you got the job, now you are tasked with accountability. So now, based upon the ability to speak, the ability to connect, you're given a job, and then based upon your discipline and consistency, that is determining what you manifest. Some of us are just over broke. How many of us are just over broke? Let's be real. A lot of our finances jacked up because of the way they created society, right? And it's not the fact that of the way they created society, is because what we manifested. We manifested a job, and then the acronym for job is just over broke. So you really manifested just being over broke. If I'm making sense, somebody make sense in the chat. If I'm not, just let me know as well. All right. So what happens is this, y'all. We got to figure out what exactly went wrong, or what exactly can I improve on? Okay, so as I go through this list, I want you to drop in the chat 1 to 10. So 1 to 10, 1 meaning I'm not as strong and gifted there. 10 meaning I'm strong and gifted there. That's a strength. Okay. Your mindset. Drop it in the chat. Drop it in the chat. Some of you gonna say 10 across the board. That's fine. Some of you gonna say 1 across the board. That's also fine. We're gonna break it down and get to it. Drop it in the chat. Be honest about where you are so you can get to where you want to be. Identity. Drop it in the chat. Drop it in the chat. Your identity. Drop it in the chat. Your speaking ability, drop it in the chat. The speaking to others, your willingness to go out to speak to others, to talk to people, the fact that you like it, you love it, like you like doing it. You love speaking to people. If you don't love speaking to people, don't put a 10. Because if you put a 10 in here, you're not really that. Like, there's a reason why. Put a 10 if you love doing it. Put a 10 if you love connecting with other people, you love connecting to others. This is what you do on a daily basis. You thrive on that. You look for that. You're not in the house calling yourself an introvert. You actually going out and connecting with people. All right. What about accountability? Okay, this is the big one. It's the big one right here. Accountability. Put a 10 if you hold yourself to accountability. You're very disciplined. You're very consistent. You don't miss anything. Put it in the chat if you put a 10. Put a 10 in the chat if that's you. Put a 10 in the chat if that's you. All right. So once again, your mindset. Okay, what you set your mind to, your identity, the role that you're going to play to get what you set your mind to, the speaking ability. How can you speak about it? Do you know anything about it? Your connecting ability. Okay, how can you connect and relate to others to get the job done? What about accountability, discipline, and consistency? Can you do the job? Right. So this is all mathematical. All of this is mathematical. But when you have distractions, you create subtraction. So when you got a mindset where, okay, you know that you want a job, and now you want entrepreneurship, and now you want a husband or wife, and now you want kids, and now you want, oh wait, y'all starting to see something? Let me know. You're starting to see something? So your mindset, you start adding all these other things to your mindset. Distractions causes subtractions. This is all mathematical. So if you start doing 4 or 5 other things, you have to give the same attention to 4 or 5 other things, and then that's where the breakdown happens. So let's just say you're only talking about one thing. Which area could you improve in the most? Because let's just say this. Let me ask y'all a real question. And I think I was talking to Sunshine yesterday about this too, right? I was talking to Sunshine actually, yeah, yesterday. Let's say you had an ideal partner. Your ideal partner had all of these traits, right? Your ideal partner had all of these traits. Your ideal partner was great with the mindset, great spiritually accountable. We could do it, anytime you ask them to do stuff, they get it done. All right. But the only question mark was the physicality. So let's just say your partner had everything you want. Your partner had everything you want. However, there's just 2 differences between these 2 people. It's the same person, but it's just 2 people, 2 different versions of them, right? So if you had a choice or a chance to choose between a person that had all of those things, but they had the muscles, don't worry about my drawing. Worry about what you got going on. Don't worry about my drawing up here, right? I'm just drawing somebody with some muscles, okay? Don't worry about what I'm doing. All right. If you had a choice, and the choice was all the great attributes, all the great things, but you could choose to be with the person that had the muscles or the person that just was skinny, which one would you choose? It's for the women. And for the man, it's the same thing. It's the woman, and don't get mad at my drawing. Yes, she got a little thing on it. I don't know what that is, but it's something there. That's how I be looking, right? That's how the BBLs be looking. Be looking like that. She's still beautiful, smiling at you, with the Colgate smile. She's still, oh wait, oh, that looked like a frown. She's still beautiful, right? But she got a nice body. Or something, right? She got a nice body. Which one would you choose? I don't see nobody putting in the chat. I need to see what y'all put in the chat. I don't see nobody putting nothing in the chat. Put it in the chat. If you had a choice to choose between, they had all the same attributes, they looked all the same. Only difference is he just had a better body. Only difference is he just had a better body. Or maybe that's not a better body. Maybe that's he just had more of a body. Maybe he just had more of a body. Which one would you choose? The reason why I'm getting your mind prepped on that is for this reason. Most of y'all, to be honest, would choose the person with the better body. So I'm going to say it for you since you didn't want to write it in the chat. Most of you are going to choose the person with the better body. And here's why that matters. The reason why that matters is because if you lack any of these things, what you could potentially manifest will be affected. So if you are saying, I want $10 million, right? And that's your mindset. You set your mind to 10 million. You set your mind to 10 million. Okay, now you got to identify. Okay, cool. You chose a role. You said, I want to be what? Like, if you're going to get to 10 million, let me know. If you're going to get to 10 million, let me know. How would you get there? Let me know your identity, your role. So let's just say you chose to be Mindset Mogul, right? And you want to get to $10 million. So you chose an identity, right? Okay, what about your speaking ability? Are you speaking to people? Are you connecting with people? Are you speaking about the thing that's going to help you get to 10 million? Are you doing the thing that's going to help you get to 10 million? Are you connecting with the partnerships that's going to help you get to 10 million? So let's just go back to the easiest example that you could look at, right? Which is a job. Easiest example. The reason why it's the easy example because everybody doesn't have a job and we all know. So if I'm at the job and I am not connecting with people, I'm not connecting with the owners, I'm not connecting with the people who control whether I'll move up in the ranks or not, then what's the chances that I'll move up and manifest more money? What's the chances that I move up and manifest more money? Chances are low. Here's why. If this is all components of manifestation, let's just say this is 33% and this is 33%. Come up to 100%. So it's 33.333, 33.333, 33.333, right? And it comes up to 100%. If you lack in this area right here, and you don't want to speak to people, you lack in this area. You say, you know what? I don't really feel like speaking to people. I'm not that person. You lack right here. By default, you already cancel out 16.5% of what you can manifest. Okay, cool. A lot of us said accountability is something that we lack, right? Accountability by itself is 33%. So when you're not accountable, you go down to 0%, right? But when you look at that and you add this up, it's just a person, this is just it. I'm not really accountable and I'm not a person that likes to speak to people and I'm already manifesting less than 60%. I'm already manifesting less than 60%. So you would add up 65.5, 16.5, and 33%. Right? You add that up, and this is what you're getting. This is what you're being able to create. So when we talk about manifesting, you could think about it in like a pie situation, right? If I'm lacking my ability to speak, or if I'm just not even pushing myself to speak, then guess what's going to happen? What's going to happen is I'm losing a little bit of that pie that I wanted to create for myself. And this is just whatever you wanted to manifest. So right now, if you say to yourself, you want to make $100,000 a month, but you only make $10,000 a month, the difference is $90,000. Who do you need to become to make up the $90,000? So you're missing out on this whole pie, or on this whole slice right here, because it's costing you $90,000, right? Because
you just don't want to do it. So it's costing you $90,000. I would ask you, if you thought and you now internalize your ability to speak being worth at $90,000, would you speak now? Like now, would you speak? If you know that your speaking ability is costing you $90,000, would you now speak? Okay, what about when you talk about accountability? Accountability is a big chunk, right? So if you say, I make 30, I want to make $100,000, but I only make 10, right? Cool. It's still the same. It's still the same principle. But when you think about what you could truly manifest, it's going to take you way longer, because now look how much of the pie you actually are manifesting. And this is just off these two. I'm not even saying about the days that you have negative self-talk. I'm not even saying the days that you have when you don't want to connect to people. Right? Now, if you start adding all of that up and you look at the pie that we have, this is the reason why we only have a slither, a little slice of the pie. This is the reason why, because there's things that's happening to us that we're not realizing that's costing us money. And the thing that's happening to us is we're blocked from understanding that these components mean something. You have to make sure you got your mental health, mental awareness, right? Your physical health means something. You might say, yo, I don't know how to focus. I was talking to Danielle. He was like, how do we focus more, right? You need these 3 pillars. I'm telling you, and I will explain this on Monday, but reading will help strengthen your mental. How many of you are actually reading on an everyday basis? How many of you actually, no, I'm talking about sitting down reading books about things that you truly want to manifest. Okay, workouts, exercise. How many of you are actually exercising? How many of you are actually exercising? Okay, spiritual healing, right? So this is a big thing, and I speak about this all the time, but this is sleep. How many of you are getting sleep? So do you have all 3? Let me know if you got all 3. If you got all 3, put a 3 in the chat. If you got 2 of 3, put a 2 in the chat. If you got 1 of 3, put a 1 in the chat. If you got 0, put a 0 in the chat. So for everybody who put a 1 in the chat, you got ground and makeup, right? Everybody who put a 2 in the chat, you got ground and makeup. If you did a 3, okay, you still could improve, right? So out of these 3 things, which one don't you have? Out of these 3 things, which one don't you have? Let me know in the chat. Out of these 3 things, which one don't you have? So some of you said sleep, right? Let me ask you a question. Do you think your sleeping affects your mindset? Do you think that if the lack of sleep affects the way you think? Do you think the lack of sleep affects the way you think about yourself? Do you think the lack of sleep affects the fact, your capabilities of being able to go speak to other people? I'm too tired. I don't really want to talk. Do you think that your lack of sleep affects your connection ability? You can't really listen. You can't really focus because you're tired. You're falling asleep. What about your accountability? I'm too tired. I can't get anything done. Does that affect it? Okay, somebody said working out. Do you think that not working out affects your mental? Do you think that the fact that you don't work out, meaning that if you don't move your body, you lose your body? Meaning that if you're not healthy in the sense of getting to staying active, you get to become a person that's constantly being distracted. You get comfortable with distraction. Do you think that messes with your mindset? Do you think that messes with the way that you see yourself? When you don't have a body that you truly want since you're not working out, do you think that interjects with the way that you identify yourself? Do you think that stops you from going to speak to somebody? Do you think that it stops you from connecting with some people? Maybe the task is just too much and you're getting fatigued and you just can't hold yourself accountable because you need a break. I need a break. I need a break. How many of us need a break? I need a break. All right. So now if your thing was reading, and reading is strengthening your mental, I'm gonna show you right now. How many of y'all got those ebooks that we offer you and you got it sitting down, collecting dust in your phone, and it's never being used? It's never being used. So do you think that if somebody was successful and they told you how they did it, and then you read it, and you know that your mind doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's imagined. So by reading, you take on somebody's experience. So basically, same thing with mentorship. When you're getting mentorship, you're getting somebody's life experience condensed into one small package that you can take. So basically, we're giving you years of experience in one moment. That's something that you cannot fake. You cannot go and buy that from some genie. You have to actually put into some work, listen to people, or read a book. You have to actually read it, right? Download it from there. And if you're not reading a book, then you're not getting that information and strengthening your mind to create a new mindset, to think bigger, because the small things that you're thinking about, right? You're thinking about having a job. But what about your employer? Your employer is giving out the job. See, you're thinking about your salary and you just want a salary increase. I just want a salary increase, but your employer is paying your salary 10 times. But if you read more, it would strengthen your mental to see your identity that you are worthy. So you can choose a role. So now you can speak confidently in that role and connect to others. To therefore now you say, you know what, I made a commitment to be consistent and disciplined, but that means I have to constantly be changing. So what I'm manifesting will constantly change. How many of you are chasing the same dreams from yesterday? How many of you chasing the same dreams from yesterday when that dream has already passed? Because every opportunity is the last opportunity. So let me just erase all of this, right? Or let me do this instead. Right? Like, how many of you actually are actually thinking this way? Because think about it, you could be thinking way higher. See, the craziest thing is that people own the city that you're in. I know you probably run around, this is my city, but it's actually people who own your city. Oh, I want a private jet. It's actually people who make private jets. You want to own one, but this person who sells them. Wait a minute, hold on, wait a minute. You want to own a private jet. Private jet could go for what? How much a private jet may cost? Oh, wait. How much a private jet may cost, y'all? How much does a private jet cost? Like 2 mil, right? So you want to be the person that pays the money for the 2 mil? Or would you want to be the person that receives the money for the 2 mil? Right? You want to be the person that pays the money for the 2 mil or receives the money for the 2 mil? Gotta think higher. There's a person that created the cell phone, created the laptop. So you're getting money off the cell phone, you're getting money off the laptop, but how much money is the person getting from off the cell phone, off the laptop, off the idea? So you want to be the person that creates the idea. That's where it's at. It's about the idea. This is about the idea, y'all. So what type of idea would you have now going forward, knowing that your mindset is dictating what you do, which is now you choosing the role? Now you're able to speak and connect because you've already done it on the lowest level possible, which is the implementation level. You've already done it, meaning that it actually works. This layers of manifestation actually works. If I put my mindset to creating this idea, and then I'm about to close up, y'all. And then I have my identity where I say, you know what, I identify as this person who could create this. And then I go out and I speak, and then I go out and connect to people, build relationships, right? Strategic partnerships. And now I hold myself accountable to do the thing that I said I was going to do with the people I said I was going to do it with for what I want my life to look like, and then I manifest all of this. Why can't that work for you? Like, why the same energy that you put into going to work is the same energy you will be putting into manifesting your own life in a way that's powerful and abundant? What's the difference? There isn't any difference. Okay, you're right. There is a difference. The difference is we don't want to do it. We don't want to do it. We are scared. Scared of what? Everything in this world is created. Scared of what? There is no difference from you being a person that's implementing. I'm not going to go too far into this, but y'all know the 4 levels of value, right? Imagination, communication. Where we at down here? Let's put a U instead. Unification, and then the implementation, right? This is the lowest level of value, and we know that. We know it already. We know it's the lowest level of value, but we love staying here because we think it's easy because we got bills and we just get a check every day. Versus coming up here and being a person that's risking everything. You're on the ledge. You're risking everything. This is me. I'm on the ledge. I'm risking everything. I'm not playing it safe. The reason why I'm not playing it safe is because there is no safety net. When I lost over 55 pounds, 41 days at the corporate world, they was ready to get rid of me because I was working from home. And then 9 months later, COVID hit and everybody's working from home. Now, I don't think y'all heard what I just said. They were telling me when I lost over 55 pounds, I had cancer. They're telling me to come work or leave. And the only reason why they did that is because I was at the job already, smoking it, getting great reviews, got promoted 3 times already. So they did me a courtesy in their mind. Normally, we just fire people like this. You know, fire people. For you, I'm going to let you choose. They did me a favor. Because life doesn't happen to me, it's happening through me. I said I wanted more. God showed me a way to get more. But see, the difference is you got to wait till your back's against the wall. You got to wait till it's time for the last minute. You got to wait until, oh, damn, I'm running out of time in order for you to move. You got to wait till somebody make you mad. You got to get emotional and cry about it. You got to get pushed to the brink. Why? When you're already doing the same thing. In fact, it's easier to live here. It's easier to be up here. Why? Because you get 80% of your time to enjoy your life, 20% of your time to work. See, if you're like me, you want to still work 80% because you know that life is short. So you want to get as much work you can get as possible, so that way the people that's coming up after you can live great and they don't have to live down here anymore. That's why I do this, because I'm tired of everybody living down here. This is no place to live anymore. Good is no longer good enough for me. We need to start being the people with the ideas and being the people that hold ourselves accountable to do the thing that gets us the result. 2 million? 2 million is small. 2 million is so small that you are classified as a small business if you generate revenue, and I'm talking about net profit of $7 million. Net, you can make $10 million, you can make $15 million, but if you net $7 million, you are a small business. So if that's a small business and you over here making $20,000, then what you think this is? This is this, playing too small. And this ain't just about you. This is about me. All right, let me stop sharing this screen. I'm done with this. So part of this, y'all, is really seeing yourself at your higher self. Because I know we're all scared. I know we're nervous. I know we don't know what's going to happen, but we never knew it was going to happen anyway. We never did. We've been living life this long. We never knew it was going to happen. Life doesn't go according to plan. It goes according to vision. So we already know that it's not going to go according to plan. I left my corporate world and I never looked back. But the craziest thing is that people told me not to.
The same people that told me not to are the same people that hate it when I leave. So I come and I meet them, I see them, I spend time with them. They hate when I leave. But if it wasn't for me taking the leap of faith, I would never see them because they're in a whole different state. But now I have the ability to travel around and be able to see people that I love and care about. And it's sad also because I know I only have a small amount of time with them. I never know when the next time I'll see them. For you, it's the same thing. You'll never know when your last day is. So what are you waiting for? So we made it easy and simple for you to join forces with other people so you don't have to do it alone. We made it easy and simple for you to provide a roadmap for you so you don't have to think on your own. We made it easy and simple for you to understand that it's possible because we are showing you in representation that we are doing this. And you can too. The thing is, we can't do it by ourselves. If we want to get to another level, we need somebody else. If you want to get to another level, you need somebody else. That's just how it works. If you, first of all, how many of y'all are inside the program for the accountability on Monday? So we got our accountability program on Monday starting off 30 days in a row. You have to be consistent every day. You're going to do something in your business, literally every single day. We're going to have workout sessions on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want that, if you do not have access to that, drop a 1 in the chat. I believe everybody here has access to it. I believe everybody has access to it. If you do not have access to it, drop a 1 in the chat, and we'll give you a special invite for it. It is a fee. It does cost. And we will drop that to you. First of all, where is Sunshine at? Where's Sunshine at? Sunshine, can you get those names for me? If you're available, can you get those names for me? If you want to be inside the accountability program where we're going to teach you, we're going to show you how to move your life to the next level in about 4 steps. So it's a 4-week program, but this is the beauty of the 4-week program, y'all. How many of y'all actually been consistent in your business or in your life every day doing something that moves the needle every single day? Intentionally. Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. All right. So if you do that, what do you think will happen? If you was consistent for 30 days in a row, and we're not talking about just doing one thing. We're talking about 4 or 5 things in that day that's going to allow you to have a breakthrough. So at the end of the 30 days, you become transformed. At the end of the 30 days, you become the person that you saw yourself when you were flying inside the vision. At the end of the 30 days, you have this whole life that you love. At the end of the 30 days, people love listening to you. At the end of the 30 days, you become a genius at what you do, which we call an expert. Like, how would we do that? Because we have you researching every day. If you did research every day on the topic that you wanted to expand on, let's say your topic was creating more cash flow. If you did research every day for 30 days, do you think that at the end of the 30 days, you would have a plan to be able to have more cash flow? If you said, my job is to have a better body. If you went to the gym and you don't have to go into the gym and do major workouts that's hurting and breaking your muscles down and making you feel sore and you don't want to go. But what if you just went and you just did 20 minutes a day? Every day. If you just did 10 minutes a day, every day. Because the thing is, we get caught in what we call the gaps. How many of us get caught in the gaps where you make a plan and you know what you want to do? You said, I'm going to go do it. You go out and do it for a couple of days, and then you take a break and you rest. And then the next time you do it, you realize X amount of days don't went by. And then you start again. But now you're starting from the same place you started from last time. And then you say, I'm going to take a break again because you need another break. And then you realize before you know it, you done took so many more days off than you had days on. So now you don't see the results. Let me know. Be honest with me, because I know that's all of us in here. Like, let's be real. So if you're not participating in this, this is your loss. It's not my loss. It's not anybody else's loss. It's your loss, because this is your life. You're the star of your story. All right. So I want to go to everybody, and I want to say that you may not be where you want to be, but you're right where you need to be, because you're not where you're used to be. So now this is your chance to level up. This is your chance. This is your opportunity. Every opportunity is the last opportunity, but we're going to help you and do it alongside of you. All right. Anybody raise your hand if you want to talk about today real quick. Give us your breakthrough for today, or give us the biggest takeaway for today. I'm going to open up the floor. Open up the floor. All right, so I can see y'all now. Raise your virtual hand if you want to share your breakthrough for today. Anything you got from the lesson, anything you got from the call, anything you got from what we will call our guided meditation. All right, so cool. Nobody raising their hand? All right.
I don't know how to raise my hand, so please forgive me. I was looking for the hand. But I wanted to say I've learned through this session today that I need support and I can't do this by myself. I feel like I'm always trying to do stuff by myself and do it alone, but I realized today that I can't do this by myself.
Okay, absolutely. Let me say this. Whoever wants more information on the accountability program, stay on. If you're not in the accountability program, you want to join this, because the accountability program is really just people helping you out. You get designated coaches and you get a team. You can win money, obviously. We already know that. There's a lot of people who won. Shout out to Anna. Anna's on. She won money before multiple times. She got some awards. Shout out to who else was on it? Sunshine. She became a coach. There's tons of people who joined our program who ended up becoming a coach, ended up acquiring a business, creating their own business, and really going out there and transforming their lives. This is all about transformation. So stay on if you want to hear more. If not, class is over. Go enjoy your Saturday. Go and be powerful and enjoy your day. All right. Before y'all go though, everybody should come off of mute, snap it up, and clap it up. Susan, stay on for you. Who else said they wanted more? Marquise, stay on. Nicole, stay on. But let's have everybody unmute. Snap it up.
Thank you.
And let's
Thank you
go.
so much, King.
Amazing.
Let's go.
Always,
Let's do
always.
it. Always breakthrough.
Appreciate you.
Keep that
Always
mindset
appreciate you.
every day.
You're always doing it.
That
You did
God
that,
bless you.
okay? Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you for the love, y'all. I appreciate each and every one of you. Obviously, I'm doing this for us. It's not about me. But if I do talk about me, I'm talking about maxing everything. So this is all about maxing out and really becoming that best version, because we got one life and we want to enjoy it. So the best way to enjoy it is to put yourself as the most valuable participant and show up and show out. So for Marquise, Nicole, and Susan, raise your virtual hand. Where's Susan at? I know Susan can't. She doesn't know how to do the hand thing yet. But let's pin her up here. Where's Marquise at? Marquise, can you come off of mute? Nicole, where's Nicole Freeman? Can you come off of mute? Let's bring y'all up. I'm gonna bring y'all up here with us. So real quick, Susan, we heard from you just now. Nicole, we want to hear from you. Let me stop the recording just so we